to all of my YouTube viewers. I am Katrina Sky. Welcome to my YouTube page. This is my second video blog that I've done. The first one that I did was talking about ghosts and talking about my personal experiences of what I've experienced. I did mention at the top of the first video that I did, I mentioned that one of my favorite shows, I mentioned some of my favorite shows, and one of my favorite shows being Ghost Adventures. And I used to watch, one of my favorite shows that I used to watch, that got me started on all of these ghost paranormal shows was Ghost Hunters. And that was the first one that I ever watched. It was one of my favorites, original favorites, until I just one day happened to be looking for videos on Ghost Hunters on YouTube, and I found some interesting videos. People were kind of, there are a lot of skeptics, and I don't know if these people who were making these videos were skeptics or if they were believers and they just happened to notice some suspicious stuff going on. You can go into the YouTube search and type in Ghost Hunters fake or Ghost Hunters fake evidence or something to that effect, and you can find tons of videos about how Ghost Hunters fakes a lot of their evidence. And I used to love this show. This was one of my favorite shows that I used to watch, and I was really let down when I found out that they faked their evidence, or, fake. I don't know if they actually fake it, or if it's real evidence and the skeptics are just trying to poke holes into it. But you have to admit that there are a couple of things that they have done that seems very suspicious, and maybe they don't fake all of their evidence, but they do fake some of it. One of the things that I found on YouTube, and I don't know if the video is still up because I haven't been able to find it since then. There was an actor, I don't remember what his name was. I think it was like Steve something. I'm not even sure if that's correct. I don't even remember what show he was on, but he was on one of their live Halloween events. I don't even remember what year it was. It's been so long since I've actually watched the video on YouTube. It was one of their live Halloween events, and they had him on there, investigating with them, and there were two different things that the fans or skeptics, whatever, caught that seemed very suspicious. The first one was Grant's jacket being pulled. They were kind of saying that he kept his right hand in his pocket the entire time that they're investigating in this area, and he kept fidgeting. And you can see before they go into the area, he's like adjusting his collar and he's pulling it up, and it looks like he's fiddling with something back there, and then he takes his right hand and sticks it in his pocket and constantly is fidgeting with something. Now, it was cold, so he could just be sticking his hand in his pocket because his hand is cold. But it does seem a little suspicious when you go and watch the video, and if I can find it, I will link to that down in the description. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to let you guys watch it and let you decide whether you think he was doing something suspicious or whether you really think it was a ghost pulling the jacket down. The other thing from the same live event was apparently they heard a disembodied voice, and this actor, a little after that the camera cut to them, and he's like, I heard that EVP in my earpiece, is that normal? Or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly what he said. And I just remember seeing the look on Jason and Grant's face, like, holy shit, he just gave us away. He just gave away the fact that we fake our evidence. And I want to know why they're wearing earpieces, That in itself seems a little suspicious to me. I don't know. But you can kind of see the look on Jason and Grant's face, like, they're like, he just gave us away, and they are trying to be like, oh, you know, yeah, we heard it too, because it was a disembodied voice, and it's like they're trying to say, stop it now, you're giving us away. That's just what I got from it. And there have been countless, this is the reason why I don't think you should do a live event if you do in fact fake your evidence, because there has been countless videos showing where, like, they'll be sitting down somewhere and then the camera will cut to them, and then they jump up and be like, oh, let's pretend like we're investigating, we've been investigating this entire time. It just seems a little out of place, seems a little suspicious to me. So just kind of go and Google ghost hunters, fake evidence, and, you know, I just remember being let down when I found these videos because I was such a huge fan of this show, and this show used to scare the crap out of me, to tell you the truth, and it just, I lost all respect for the show. You know, I'm not saying that they fake all of their evidence, but there seems to be a lot that just seems out of place. It just seems like it's fake. I used to love this show, and it was a big turnoff for me when I found out they faked their evidence. So I don't watch it anymore, and I don't even think the show comes on anymore. I think because they got caught, maybe they were losing followers, they were losing viewers, therefore, you know, because I haven't seen them on. I haven't heard anything from ghost hunters in a couple years. I don't know if they are working on a new season, if they plan on coming back, but because of this, I will no longer watch Ghost Hunters International or Ghost Hunters Academy, if in fact they are coming back. I won't watch Paranormal State either. Honestly, I can't tell you exactly why, but there's just something about this show that bores me. It was never one of my favorites. It was never one that I could sit and get into. My favorite is Ghost Adventures. I love that show. I'm obsessed with that show. And what I love to do is, because I always watch the show by myself, and I love to sit in the middle of the night and watch a marathon of the show, because they have my DVR set to tape the 2 shows that come on Friday and the 2 shows that come on Saturday. So I have 4 shows, and I love to sit and watch that marathon in the middle of the night by myself with no lights on. It makes it so much funner to watch. And I don't get scared by watching the show anymore like I used to, but, you know, it doesn't really freak me out anymore. And plus, I've had my own personal experiences, as I talked about in the first video blog. I have had a lot of personal experiences, and I've actually had more than what I talked about in the first video. Like, I didn't talk about all of the experiences that I've had. I just talked about a small handful of what I have experiences. There's a lot more to it than just that, but I had to, basically the video was already like 20 minutes long, so I kind of had to cut the video a little short, because it was taking quite a lot of time, and I didn't get to talk about a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about, because it ended up being longer than I thought it was going to be. So anyways, I'm curious, what are your guys' favorite paranormal shows? Do you watch paranormal shows? Do you believe that it exists? I know I asked this in the first video, but I really want to know. Are you a believer? Are you a skeptic? And regardless of whether or not you're a believer or skeptic, do you watch any of these shows? So comment below and let me know. Like I said, my personal favorite is Ghost Adventures, and I'm not saying Ghost Adventures fakes their evidence. You know, because I've had my own personal experiences. I believe this stuff is real. So I believe that they are the real deal. But for argument's sake, let's just pretend hypothetically they do in fact fake their evidence. At least, you know, they have the reenactments, they have the voiceovers, they have really good evidence, and they put on a good show. Whereas Ghost Hunters, to me, didn't seem like they did. It just seemed very cheesy, and a lot of the times it seemed like it was obvious they were faking. And with Ghost Adventures, you don't really get that. So, you know, I believe that they're the real deal. And it's personally one of my favorites of all times. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Zach Bagans. You know, if you follow me on my Tumblr page, you'll notice a lot of that. Can't help it, you know. And I just recently got his book called Dark World as an ebook on my Kindle, and I haven't read all of it yet, but I've read part of it, and it's very interesting, you know. And having watched the show and having read part of Zach Bagans' book Dark World, you know, I've always been interested in the paranormal. I've always been interested in, you know, making a career out of the paranormal and being a ghost hunter. I've always wanted to do that, and watching Ghost Adventures and reading his book kind of makes me even more want to kind of get into that a little bit more. I know that it is dangerous if you're not careful, but I'm not scared. I don't really get scared very easily. I mean, I'm a little freaked out, but I'm the type, to me, I think it's cool. Like earlier today, I'm going to tell you guys about another experience I had earlier today. I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to upload this video, but it is August 11th, 2014. And earlier today, I heard what I thought was somebody calling my name. And the most creepy thing about it was that it was mimicking my mother's voice. And it was weird because she was outside in the garage, and I heard my name called, and I'm waiting thinking, because I wasn't 100% sure if it was her because it kind of muffled. So I waited for a minute to see if she would call my name again. And I heard the kitchen door open and then shut again, and her moving around, and I'm thinking, oh my god, she was outside this entire time. So who called my name? Who mimicked my mother's voice and called my name? And that's freaky, because I've always been told something that is mimicking someone else's voice is not a good thing, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And I wanted to kind of do an EVP and kind of wanted to capture something, but if it is what I'm thinking, I don't want to mess with it, because I've watched enough Ghost Adventures to know you don't want to mess with something like that. You want to try to be very careful and approach it very carefully and be, you know, very cautious of what you're doing and what you're saying to not make the activity worse to the point where you're getting attacked. I've never been attacked, but I've been poked, I've been touched. And that's a little scary. But yeah, so, you know, I wanted to do an EVP, but I kind of decided against it. But I do kind of want to get, because of watching Ghost Adventures and reading Zach Bagans' book, I don't know why, it's just kind of piqued my interest, and I don't get scared about it. I'm scared from it very easily. Like, I think it's cool. Like, I want to run towards it. You know, I want to find out more. I want to know what's there. You know. To me, it just makes me kind of want to run towards it and find out what it is, and I don't know. So maybe one day, maybe one day I'll be able to go and do some paranormal research and be part of. Heck, maybe I can be on an episode of Ghost Adventures. That would be cool. I would love to do that. So, you know, I seriously, I would love that if I could be on an episode of Ghost Adventures. That would be cool. So yeah, that's you know, how I feel on ghosts, how, you know, some of my personal experiences. And if you want to know some more of my personal experiences, go and check out my first video that I did. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the other video. Stay tuned to my YouTube page for more video blogs, and follow me on Twitter and follow me on Tumblr, and I will link to those pages in the description. I will see you guys next time.